What up, Internet? I am the PCGoblin. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Be Quiet's new Straight Power 11 Platinum power supply. Now, this is the 550 watt version, so it's the smallest of these. But for most people, this is actually more than enough power to power everything that you're going to be doing. But let's go ahead and unbox it and see what you get inside. So you get one manual. Get some cushioning material. Silica gel, don't eat that. So here's the one Platinum power supply. And then we got the power cables for it. And these are actually pretty decent cables because they've got sleeving all around the wires, which is nicer than some other power supplies that I bought that were way more expensive. And one power cord. So it looks like there was a mistake with mine. I'm in America, so I don't want to use this kind of plug. If you get this and you're in America, reach out to Be Quiet or reach out to whoever you bought it from and get the correct cable. So now that we've unboxed it, we know what we get with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the specs real quick. It's got a specially designed case so that it can pull in more air, but while it's pulling it in, it's also quiet while it's pulling it in, so it doesn't like get disrupted going over the grills or over the side of the case. It's got a virtually inaudible Silent Wings 3 fan, and I can test, it really is inaudible. I can't hear it ever. It's an 80 plus platinum efficiency power supply up to 93.7%, and the standby drain is below 0.1 watts, so almost nothing. The design of the power supply is wire free on the DC side for enhanced cooling and longevity, so there's no cables or anything to get in the way. It's a modular design, so that means you can choose whichever cables you want to use with your computer, or whichever cables you need to use with your computer, and you don't have to have any extras sitting inside your case. The 550 watt version that we're looking at in this video has two PCIe connectors. The 650 watt to the 850 watt have 4, and then the 1000 and 1200 watts have 6 PCIe connectors. It uses Japanese 105 degree Celsius rated capacitors to ensure stability and reliability. It's ERP and Energy Star 7.0 ready, and it comes with a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. We've now unboxed this and we've gone through the specs of it, and it's a very capable power supply. Granted, this is only 550 watts, but for most people this is actually going to be quite large enough for what you're going to do. I'd still probably run a 650 or 750, but that's just me. I always like to have more power than, you know, the bare minimum. Not that this is the bare minimum, but I just like to have more headroom. But Be Quiet makes excellent power supplies. They're some of the best you can get out there. I know I really prefer them because I've had noisy power supplies on my test bench before, and it really sucks with how noisy they can get. Like the one that I'm thinking of specifically, it would get really loud for no reason, and it really was frustrating because it's a wet bench, it's all out there in the open, so when it's making noise, it's very noticeable and annoying. But anyways, back to this. Now, this is the Straight Power 11, like I've said, and the Platinum version, but they also have a Gold version that came out before the Platinum did, and it's a great power supply, but if you can afford it, you want to run with the Platinum. I always try to run with platinum or titanium rated power supplies because I want the best to put in my case. Now, the power efficiency is nice, and it's not huge gains going from platinum to titanium or really gold to platinum. But platinum's made with better parts because it has tighter restrictions that it has to meet to be able to be platinum, and then, you know, same thing on top of that for titanium. But I always recommend that you get the very best, highest quality power supply that you can, not necessarily the biggest. Like, you don't need to have a 1200 watt of this. Almost nobody does. But you do want to get the best power supply that you can because it's what's feeding the power to all of your components. So even if you have a cheap build, it's still smart to have a really good power supply inside of it, because if it goes, it's probably going to take out all your other components. So on top of losing out on your power supply, you've now fried your entire system, and you need to buy your entire system again just because you bought a cheap power supply. And on that, I know it's not very exciting to buy an expensive power supply because you never really see it, you never really notice it, but it is what's providing power to everything that you're using inside your system. So that's why I recommend getting the best power supply you can. Do what works for you. But before I end this, we've got this inside this water-cooled build, and it is plenty of power for this. It's powering a Vega 56, the full custom water loop, and then on top of that, an i7 46 or 4770K, something like that. Not the Devil's Canyon, but the version before it. And it does it perfectly. You never hear it inside this case. Even with the case open sitting right by you, it's definitely not what you're hearing. And it's got all the power cables that we need for it. We left a few out. It's going to make a really good power supply for this. And if you want to see the video where I build this, subscribe to my channel because it's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. But that's it for this video. I don't know what else I can say about a power supply. They're excellent, they're simple, but this is a very good power supply. It's a very good choice. If you're interested in buying it, check out the links in my description below. If you use my links to purchase it, it helps my channel out a little bit, but it doesn't change anything for you. And that's it for this video. Wait, what's that? Freaking Vespula popping up wherever. Now that I've taken care of that pesky Vespula, if you like this video, hit that like button. And so you can see more of my upcoming stuff, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching.